See all that scrap wood? We're going to turn it into a headboard for my daughter. Welcome back to Post 5 Productions. Okay. What we have to work with here is just things I had up above in my rafters. We have an old handrail, some stained 1x I took off of a loft bed that my dad built my boy. Oh, stop it. Has some corner molding, corner cove. Get out of there. And some of these tongue and groove 6.5 inch tongue and groove pine boards that I got from a friend that he didn't want up in his basement when he bought his house. He was kind enough to give them to me to be repurposed. And I have this 2x that underneath the dirt there actually has some beautiful grain, as well as this 2x6. So I'm going to spare you all the insane amount of sanding that I'm going to have to do on those. So I'm going to get those sanded down, and then we'll jump into the build. As usual, no plans. I never do, because you can't make plans for what you don't remember what you have up in your rafters. So I'm going to sand everything down, take all the varnish stain off that's on there, and next time you see the wood, it should be cleaned up and ready to construct however I think it up as we go along. Two and a half hours later, I'm done with the initial sanding. So I have all the 1x's cut, and these are going to be the upright verticals on either side of the bed frame. You'll notice I didn't clean off the edges on, I did clean off one side, but not the other. That's because I'm going to sandwich 3 together, but however, I'm going to offset approximately 1 inch, so that way the tongue and groove board will slide inside there, up and down, and that'll give me a finished edge on the inside of the headboard. And then this outside here, where it's still stained and this one long board sticking out, I'm going to rip it through, run it through my table saw. That'll clean off the edge here that still has the stain on it and get rid of this tongue sticking out. That'll give me a good clean edge once it's all glued up and screwed together, and then I can slide my boards down in and allow for expansion and contraction. I just cut a couple of these blocks at 1 inch tall. Just going to slide these in here, square up the end, and then clamp it. going to take this scrap piece of 2x4 and mock up a test dado to go in the gap there. Just going to mock this up quick, cut it out on the table saw, and do a dry fit on each end to make sure that it's good to go. Then I'll do it on the do the real deal on the 2x4 there. One of the pieces of the tongue and groove that I cut off actually fit in here perfect, just as a nice little transition between the 2x4 and the rail. So now I need to cut dowels to plug these holes, give it all sanding, and even though I'm not a fan, she likes stain, so then I'm going to stain the whole thing. Sad to cover up the grain, but that's what she wants.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
I almost forgot. These gaps here, I'm going to take the part that I cut off from the backside and put it in here. It actually fits in there beautifully. So I'm going to glue this in here and tack it from the underside to both sides. So I'm going to measure that out, cut them, glue and screw. one can of lacquer down. Got the first coat all over it. And man, oh man, did it really make that grain pop back out. Really brought that back to life. Especially on that 2x4. Man, just a scrap junk 2x4 had some of the most beautiful grain I've ever seen on a pine board. Anyway, we're gonna let this dry and see how it does. See how much it soaks up, and come back through with the other can. Empty that one out on here too. That's it. That was my daughter's Christmas present. So that's why all the flashing Christmas lights were there. I snuck into her apartment and set it up for her so she could come home to a early Christmas present. And she absolutely loved it, which makes me very happy. Y'all take care. Until next time.